Hey guys, Rob Skiba here with another seed update, taking a sneak peek at some of the behind-the-scenes processes that go into making something like this. I hope you've enjoyed the last one, dealing with finalizing the musical score. With this one, I'm going to show you the process of finalizing the sound design. As you saw in the previous video, Edward King is our composer, and our sound design engineer is Morne Marais. And apparently these two guys work together in the same studio to create that perfect blend of music and sound effects. It's really a collaborative effort. And, you know, I got to tell you, when I was working on the audio drama, every little thing matters. You know, it's like, even just something as simple as the sounds of the boots on the gravel. You know, if it's not there, boy, you really know something's missing. You know, so it's all the little things, and it's the attention to detail, and I really appreciate that about these guys, that they definitely have a real good understanding of this and a keen sense of how things work, and creative ideas for creating sounds, you know, that may not be exactly true to nature but sound really good in a cinematic setting. So typically what happens is they'll send me a rough draft of what they're thinking that'll have separated tracks just for like a music track and a sound effects track, and then what I'll do is I'll go through it, I'll review it and see what I like, what I don't like, what maybe I think needs to be tweaked a little bit, and then I'll provide them a detailed feedback list, something like what you see here, just bullet pointing, you know, things that I like, didn't like, give them you know, cues in the video, you know, time cues, so they know what I'm talking about here. So, you know, it looks something like this, and then they'll have time to review that, and then typically what we do afterwards is have a conference call where we can discuss it, so that we make sure that everybody understands what I'm saying and that, you know, we're all on the same page. So that's what you're about to see next, is our meeting regarding sound design. All right, enjoy. On the sound design, okay, the first few comments.
Just read through everything. Okay, so the rattles, it is in there. It's just, I've checked, it's just very soft.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you know what I was saying with the sound of sort of like a sonar ping? So it's kind of, you know, that.
Yes.
I don't know how to.
Oh yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's that submarine sound.
Yeah, like a submarine sonar ping. So there's sort of like a little bit of a swipe, because I don't know if you saw the animation, but there's like a swiping thing like that. Yeah, so as
I actually wanted to ask you, what was your idea behind the sound around it before I do anything? That's why I haven't really done anything. I've just worked on the movement of the hands when they turn the radio. That's it.
I could send you the actual file that I gave to the animators. I made a animated file of just the screen, like what's on the screen. So if you see what's on the screen, you could kind of think, oh, that's kind of a swiping thing, and you'd see like a little audio wave going. So you could just look.
I've seen it. It was on Discord.
Yeah. So if you just look at the animation just of the screen right there, you kind of think about what that might sound like. You know.
Okay.
Again, you know, it shouldn't be overstated. It's just kind of subtle. It's just there. You know. In the background, nothing too big there. Japanese planes. Did you get what I was saying about the sound of the planes peeling left and right?
Yes, that's also in there. It's just very soft.
yeah, because in the current edit, it's a hard cut. And I think, you know, even though we don't see them anymore, I think that it's better served to keep that audio going, overlapping the next shot.
So basically they are there, but what I've done was I've used a plugin that mimics you being in a cockpit and the sound is more muffled out. So the muffling, I think it should still be there. I'm just going to lift that you still hear them passing by.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's already there. It's just not mixed. So I'll do that for you. The clunking seems out of place. What's this one now? The 247 one. Oh, the laser beam.
Yeah, the laser beam. Something I know what else to call it. The 247. It sounded like a Star Wars.
Oh, you're talking about the planes flying by?
Yeah. Can you see what I'm showing on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a clunk right there that takes us into this.
Oh, that's just this. Okay, cool. So that's just me being creative to give more impact on the cut where the airplanes are like going through the speed of sound.
Sound barrier.
Sound barrier.
Well, they're not that fast.
Yeah, no, but I mean it's a
Yeah,
movie. I'm
right.
just trying to make it cinematic.
And this part that right there.
Okay. Okay.
I would just yeah.
Now I'm sad because I really like it.
You really like the laser beam.
I thought you were talking about the gunshots.
No, those are cool.
Oh, because that's the only one that I actually put a laser sound. That is actually the sound that you hear in there. It's an actual airplane, that model flying past.
It's making that.
I've just enhanced a specific part of it.
Yeah, I would just cut that part, or just
Okay, cool. I will take that out.
or make it more like the deeper engine kind of. Whoa, you know.
Okay. Okay, cool. I will add that. Okay, cool. So that was one thing I misunderstood. Fair enough.
Cool.
Next one. A 3. I added back a clanking sound from the previous sound design with the opening. Oh, that. Okay, that's fine. That's whatever.
Which one are we looking at? Which one is that?
Yeah, the door. You're talking about the door opening.
What clanking from our previous sound opening? Oh, the bay doors at 304.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the clanking one is because there's like 20 different sounds in there.
Oh, that right there. That right there. That's from your previous edit. When the door opened, there's a sound like it sounds like there's a clink and it sounds like there's like chains or something right here.
Okay, I'll just go to my previous session and bring those files in.
That like it sounds like a lap. I'll isolate it. This is from your previous one. You hear what I'm saying? That.
Yeah. That's cool. I will.
That's from the previous edit.
I will add that for you.
Cool.
And then, what do you mean by 309? Prop sound.
Oh, yeah, there wasn't anything right here. Right here. You got a sound that sounds like the flaps are moving, kind of sound of the flaps, which is cool, but there's no. You can't really hear any. I can kind of hear it now with the headphones on, but I don't really hear the propellers there.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't. You see, that's where you start to get creative, and you call it the 5-to-1 rule in sound. You should try not to put more than 5 different types of sounds in at the same time, because your brain can only focus on 5. And if you add in that, it just starts to sound like noise, because the propellers are basically white noise, which takes out all the frequencies in the sound. I'm just making space.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to make space in the mix, but I can drop it and I can lift the propeller a bit. But I think because we're hearing propellers the whole time, it's interesting to hear something new for a change.
Yeah, fair enough. I hear you there. Some pretty cool sounds going on there. I like that for the skid. Let's see, 316. Yeah, for the whipping of the cables. Just maybe. It sounds like what you have is already there. Just maybe bring up the volume a bit.
Yeah, no, I've got about. I think I've got 8 types of cables over each other there. I've just bounced in between them to make space for each other. Again, the 5-to-1 rule.
Yeah.
I mean, I can put a lot more in if you want. I can lift them all.
I don't think it necessarily needs more in. I just think it needs to be raised up a bit, so we hear.
Okay, cool. As soon as I'm gonna put all the dialogue in, I just don't want it to clash. So when I get to the mix, maybe we can adjust them then. Well, but I will lift them already.
Yeah, there's no vocals here. This is.
They deployed or something.
He says, yeah, that's true. He does say.
Yeah, you have to make space for the dialogue.
Let me see here.
Package deployed. Closing her up.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So
maybe it's just maybe it's just bringing up a little bit.
Okay.
Just so we get this sense that the cable's like whipping right past your face.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and the stink sound, I haven't put that in yet. I wasn't there yet because I'm not satisfied with the one that I've made previously. So I'm trying to
for this.
to finish bulk of the stuff before I tackle those small things. So I'll put the think in for you.
Oh yeah, the tick, tick,
Uh,
tick, tick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
then-
just kind of a ting, ting, ting. Oh, that's the oh, you're talking about the ammo feeder. The
I'm
ammo
talking
feeder.
about the jam, the gun jam.
The ammo feeder. Yeah. Yeah. Just need a sound to accentuate the jam right there. Tink.
Okay, great.
But
Added a bit more machine gun sound. 414 approaching Japanese Zero.
yeah, in the mix that I had here that you sent me, there was a lot of like the but there wasn't enough in it, so I just
Okay, I'll try and put it because there's also again a lot of stuff going on.
yeah.
I think there is a gunshot panned far to the right from where the bullets come, but because the mix is so busy and I haven't final mixed it yet, you can't hear it. But I'll see what I can do there. That's a fair comment.
Yeah, that's what I added right here. This is I lift. If you can see what I'm putting my mouse over here, I lifted that from one of your other sound effects earlier. Just the and so you get the
Okay.
so you hear, I would say almost have that as the forefront sound and the whizzing as the secondary. So it's, and then you have the as it's coming past us.
Yes.
You know, left and right, because he's coming center right on us. So in terms of Dolby Atmos mix, I think it's gonna be freaking awesome because it's gonna come right at you from the front and go right past your left and right.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the problem. So in your mind, it does sound like a cool idea, but because of all the music and everything that goes on, yes, the sound effects goes past you, but you will only hear that effect when there's no music,
If there's nothing,
and we don't want that.
Yeah.
So it's already there. That choo 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 choo. It's just also I haven't lifted it.
Gotcha.
So you can hear it, but it's not prominent. And because it's a down mix from a Dolby to a stereo mix, you don't get that effect that it's going past you. But it's fine. I will work on that. I mean, it's nice to know these things. We'll work on that and see if we can bring it out a little bit more. Maybe put a little bit more mid-end into the frequencies because the high end gets lost with the strings.
Yeah. And then on the right here, it's all like, you know, you keep saying everything's one level. It's like everything's like the sounds there. I'm thinking you just need a little more of a zing ping toon in there also.
Cool, yeah, I can add that. Yeah. No, I just thought I kept it a little bit more simple on this specific one because we've done it on the previous ones. Because Greg is going to scream there, so I want the focus to be on his voice, but I can put a little bit more ricochets
just
in. That's
like
fine.
One or two, maybe three.
Okay.
Tick, tick, ping, you know.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
Ricochet.
Ding, ding.
Yeah. Ricochet rabbit. Ricochet rabbit. Ping, ping, ping.
I'm gonna buy you a beehive on your birthday.
Nice. June 26th.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, add in the sound of a Japanese Zero.
Okay, yeah, that's this right here. Because the Japanese Zero just disappears right here. Like, where did he go, right? So my thinking is that, you know, once he shot him and he knows he's going down, he didn't bother to finish him off. He just flew off and headed back to wherever he was going in the first place. But since they're both coming, you know, the previous shot had both of them coming right at you. You know, the Japanese trailing the Avenger on fire. Is it maybe over the top over here? I might add the Japanese just flying off in the distance, if like he's banking off. You know what I mean? Like he's banking off. And
so you're gonna put something in the graphic?
Yeah, I'm gonna add a zero. He banks and flies off behind this tree just before the other one comes in. You know what I mean?
Cool. So I think I'll wait before I start with the sound. I'll wait for that updated animation.
From which side does the plane come through? It comes from the back.
He would be
into the
coming.
screen.
He would be coming from center to and then panning right off screen right.
I'm talking about the one that's crashing because that's coming.
Yeah, he comes from the left. He comes in over our left shoulder.
Then it makes sense.
See, he's coming in over the left, and the other guy would just be banking off here. And I would just go ahead and add it because it could just be that it's off screen. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just the sound is just imagine
I would have done it with the top speakers.
Yeah.
Because in Atmos you get ceiling speakers, so I might probably do the plane that it's coming.
Yeah, do top panning right. So
Yes.
center top to panning right, as if I mean, it may be happening off frame. I don't know if I'll be able to match all the lighting and everything perfect. So just as a safety, we'll just pretend it's over our head, and if we hear it, we just know it. You know what I mean?
Okay. I think we keep it like that. It's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. And then.
So I blended the crash scene. There was some of your previous crash.
So this is a big one for me. I knew you were gonna like that, and when I saw the animation that we are working on now, I went like, oh damn it. It doesn't look anything like what I had in my head, because at the moment it's coming to you and the plane stops before you.
Yeah.
The other sound effects that I've done was...
You got something goes past you.
Yeah, I thought that the plane is going to crash in front of you, and then all the stuff is flying over and above you.
Right. We didn't... This was a budget issue. I wanted pieces of the plane to come flying, because I see this actually in 3D. I wanted stuff coming flying at you.
Yeah.
Because you had a sound effect of the... like something just went flying past my head.
Yeah, but now if I put that in and you don't see it, people are going to say, what the hell's going on?
But it sounds freaking awesome.
I know, but again, that's why Steve came to the drop. I love the process that we followed, but that's the process that I sort of hate the most, is when you do something before you have visuals and then you get married to it.
Yeah.
I'll try to work some of it in, but I don't want to confuse the viewer, because if you can't place a sound to something on the visuals, it just sounds messy.
There's something.
And sometimes
simplicity
is the key.
The other thing is we had that sound.
Yeah.
In your recent, I like that, but in your mix, you had it happening before he hit the water. You had
that's how the sound effect was made in my head.
Well, to me,
the woo woo was before he crashed.
To me, that's the sound of the engine in the water. It's the water. The water's causing the engine to make that sound. So like here, it's more, he's coming in, it's that whining, the classic whining airplane dive bomber, and then right here, right.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Cool. That's a good idea. I'll do that. That's fine.
Yeah. So keeping the sound is just putting it when the engine hits the water. Probably right there. That's when it's like almost completely underwater.
Okay.
Just as the nose goes down. The other thing I wanted to have happen, which again, it was a budget issue, which would have worked for that sound effect of the is have as a piece of this propeller break off.
That's what I had in my head.
Yeah,
that's what I had in my head.
It was just didn't have the budget for it. God bless them, the animation guys. I know that they went like way over budget. Those guys were working for free for the last 6 months practically. So it's like I can't really ask.
We've been working for free for 10 years.
Yeah, I get it, man. Look, I'm the same way, man. I've been working on this project for free for 10 years.
Yeah, I know. I'm just holding thumbs that you get this thing,
dude. I was telling Johan, man, once this is done, I'm going to start hitting, various competitions and festivals and marketing the heck out of this thing everywhere.
Yeah.
Because I think that we have some real potential here. But, we need a budget Clone Wars was 26-minute cartoons that are not as good as this animation, and those were $1 to $3 million each for 26.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So, and even this budget, I know you guys gave me a deal, which I appreciate it. I should be paying 3 times more than I did pay for the whole project. So, I just think when we actually have something to show people, so people now say, "Oh, I get it. That's what you're trying to do."
Yeah.
Then the money's going to be there. It's part of the after action report that we're going to have afterwards. Is what worked, what didn't work, moving forward. If we're going to move forward, how can we improve on things? A big thing is, and obviously if we had a bigger budget, we could hire more people, and that would help out a lot. But my God, it took over a year to do 8 minutes, and I got 46 minutes per episode. That means 6 years per one.
Yeah, but I think the team will be bigger then.
Well, it's got to be. It's going to be, huge, because somehow, they got Clone Wars, 20 episodes done a season or however many they did, whatever. I need to get 12 episodes a year, or something close to that to be able to compete. So, obviously a much bigger budget, many more people, all that kind of stuff. So I think the more that I can sell, hey, look what we did on a shoestring. Imagine if we had a budget and a huge team. Right now we got maybe a couple dozen people total that have worked on this.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally just Edward and I working on and using.
Yeah, it's just you two, and then on the animation side, I think there's 15, 20 people total, and some started and then left, and then other people had to be brought in to replace them. So having a dedicated team of just look at the end of the Clone Wars, how many names are at the end of the credits, right?
Yeah.
So, but I've got to try to sell that on my end as much as I can. It's like, look what a ragtag team on a shoestring budget, you know what I mean? Like we were, just a few guys able to do.
Yeah.
Give us 10 times the budget and watch what happens, Yeah,
I mean, I've got a saying, because a small team of experts are better than a group of all-rounders. And that's basically what I base my studio, my slogan at. Morne, did you want to say something? Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm fine.
Oh, sorry, your screen appeared, so I thought you wanted to say something.
Sorry.
Oh, cool. Sorry, we're almost done with the notes, and then I'm done. Okay, so the splashing sounds, again, waiting to show. Okay, that's fine. Let's add more tree branches. That's fine. I've added it already.
Yeah.
When I read it, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I've added that. The explosion sounds good. Okay, that we've
we
figured out. Definitely more thud, thud, thud.
Yeah, the mix that you had just sounded like you stepping on planks or something. It didn't have the sound of like your previous sound. The sound that you had of the giant that was approaching in the, let me see when we can bring that up. The sound, where is it? Oh, this one. This one was a lot more, distant, bassy, thud, thud. I'm almost wondering if we shouldn't have him doing the growling that we have there, just because these guys would be like, what was that? You know what I mean? Like they turn around and want to hear that again. Like you were saying before, what's on the screen needs to match, what your expectations are. Is if we just have the thuds and the guy turns around like, what is that? And then we hear the tree branch move, and then maybe a little grunt like,
Okay. Just so between you and I, those grunts and stuff, it's actually me.
Yeah.
Making noises through a plugin.
yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, you must tell me exactly what you want, and I can do it. If you even send me an audio file just mimicking the sounds, I can try to mimic that in my session.
Okay. It's almost like maybe just that one that you already have. I mean, that sounds. You don't know. Is that a lion or tiger, or is that what is that? And that's the point. We don't want to give it. No, that's Morne.
I'm joking.
Yeah. And you had some really good. There's a little bit of overlap here in like a kind of ethereal jungle kind of sound going on here, which I really like.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, that's really cool right there.
Awesome.
So what else was there? Guttural sound splashing. Oh, just a little bit more splashing when he's walking right here.
I've also added that.
Yeah. Ideally, I would have liked to have seen more actual animated splashing here too.
Yeah, but that's the problem. That's why I've made it lower in
because it's
comparison.
not there. Yeah, it's not there. There may be some stuff. I've got some, special effects layered stuff that I might even be able to put something in myself there. But, again, it's the tweaking. For
Jack of all trades here.
tweaking. Jack of all trades, master of none. That's what it comes down to. When you're a one-man show for 20 years.
Amen.
Okay, let's add tree branches breaking as a giant. Okay, so and this again, we didn't have the budget for this, but what I wanted to have, and this was a all one master shot, so that showed the camera moves here. I did those digitally in the computer. I zoomed in on him and then moved the stuff around in Premiere. So the thought was right here. If I could have had more budget and had the ability to do a little more animation, I would like to see a tree move out of the way right here, just like get pushed out of the way as he comes in. You know what I mean? Like he just moved a tree and that's his arm moving the tree. So we could just pretend that happened off screen, but the idea would be like he just literally grabbed a tree and pushed it aside and then reached over and then grabbed the dude. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like,
I'm just scared. So I like the idea. But remember, because this animal is really big and his footsteps and everything already has this creaky type of sound in, I'm just scared people are going to think, okay, it's actually the monster's bones or whatever.
Maybe it's not so much cracking as it's more swishing.
Okay, like a branch.
Yeah. Just imagine he's moving a tree. He's not breaking the tree. He's just moving it out of the way to reach out. I kept trying to tell the animators, look, do you remember the Predator? Like they never saw the thing, and they're shooting the machine guns into the jungle. They're like, oh, what is that? They're just shooting the heck out of the jungle in the Predator, because he was invisible. But you just saw there's all this movement, and we didn't have the budget to do any foliage movement. That's why everything looks so static.
Okay, cool.
But just something that gives you the feeling like he just came through the jungle and jumped on this guy. Then there's the backdraft sound. I'll send you that clip. And then the thud is he's walking away. Oh, and the splashing, just dial the splashing down a little bit.
Oh yeah, I've been that.
Right there.
Look, I'm just going to be honest with you. It sounds totally different in cinema.
I'm sure it probably does.
Yeah, so the levels are actually appropriate for cinema, I would say. But I understand when I hear the stereo mix, it doesn't sound right.
Well,
So
that's the problem we run into is 99% of my audience is going to be listening like this or watching on their iPhone right now. You know what I mean?
and also when we're going to render a stereo file that's going to be an Atmos, you're going to actually feel stuff coming from the back and over you.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So it's going to sound different. The one that you received was just the stereo down mix.
Right.
So
and
cool.
What I envision is there's a lot of money here in Dallas. It's just waiting to be tapped. It's just getting the right people to see the thing, and so it's going to be worth it for me to try to find some theater houses that I can rent, that I can premiere this to, and have an investor meeting. So they can see it and get fully immersed in it. So, but I mean, that's 1 to 5% of the audience is going to ever experience that, at this stage, the rest is going to be
I
watching.
think it's a good thing to get a theoretical mix out, because if you go to Netflix or those places, the new standard is going to be Dolby Atmos home entertainment.
There you go.
Which means it's a Dolby setup, basically like what we are doing it. So
right.
It's a good thing to have that as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So just when he's leaving here, more that lower thud and some sound of because he grabs this tree right here and moves it.
Oh yeah, no, I've done that. It's not in the version that you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and then this right here, this all sounds great, but it's the snapping of a twig right here at the cut. You can almost do it right on the cut, where there's like a or something like Lieutenant Kane steps on a tree branch or a twig or something, and that's what makes this guy go right there.
Okay, I was wondering why he jumped around so late.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, we hear the sound of the knife being pulled out because we're right next to him. But when he takes a step forward, I envision him like stepping on a twig, and and that's what the guy's like. Oh! He freaks out. You know what I mean? Because he's crazy jumpy at this point, right? After everything he's just seen. And I think that's it, man.
Cool, man.
Yeah, everything else sounds really good.
Oh.
So I'm super excited, man. Where we are at this stage is like, oh, we're almost there.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video presentation. If you did, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, and share it on your favorite social media sites. There's a lot more to come, so stay tuned, and we'll see you back next time.